Students, welcome to Wireless and Mobile Communication Lab. You will be looking into the next experiment today, which is your 10th experiment. And this will be with regards to the UI section of your mobile communication trainer kit. So you will be looking into the user interface, and we will try and understand as to how we will get into the specifics. So the aim is to study and analyze different user interface section in mobile communication trainer board. And the objectives are as follows. We need to study and analyze the buzzer section. Normally the buzzer is used for, buzzing out sounds, right? In dual SIM mobile phone. And then study and analyze the vibrator. You will have a section called a vibrator. I'll be showing this in your practical sessions as to how this vibrator can be seen, okay, and can be felt. Then analyzing the LED control, then the mic and speaker section, then analyzing the hands-free section, okay, when it's put in mic or speaker mode. So the tools required is almost the same as we saw in the previous experiment. Dual SIM mobile phone textbook. Then you'll need SIM cards, power supply for the kit, and hands-free kit. Then you will need the oscilloscope. Okay, fine. So the first thing that we'll be looking into here is the buzzer. So we have the CPU, okay, internally, and then you have the UI buzzer control unit. So as soon as the buzzer is actually activated, okay, you can see that you will find a PWM signal, okay, a PWM signal. Once the mobile phone receives, or once it gets into call mode or active mode, okay, once the speaker starts getting activated, you will find that the buzzer is active, and then it starts sending signals. So this in turn is communicating with your CPU, and we can get these signals in the form of pulse width modulated signals. The circuit which informs the incoming call by ringing the bell or ringtone. So that's what I just told you about, the calls, when the calls are incoming or outgoing, whenever there is a ringing, this buzzer, the speaker gets activated. So when you connect it to your oscilloscope, okay, this kind of signals, the pulse width modulated signals, is what you will be able to see. I'll be showing this in the session. Okay. Next is the function of vibrator. The second goal is to check how the vibrator functions. So here also the UI section, the control unit, is connected to your CPU, and there's an enable signal that comes in. So as soon as there is an enable signal that the CPU communicates with the UI section, immediately the vibrator starts vibrating. Okay, so normally we use this vibrator when we are outdoors, when we are not able to probably hear the ringtone. So the vibration will give us more alert with regards to calls and notifications. Then we have these light emitting diodes, and short LEDs, which helps the user while performing functions. It can be your keypad based LEDs, or it can be for your LCD. So your LCD is also made up of LEDs, the display. Okay, most of the displays that you see, it can be your OLED or AMOLED or Super AMOLED, or the normal displays that you see, okay, comes with the LED technology. And these LED matrix is also embedded into your keypad, so that whenever you use your numbers, previously we used to have this phones with a keypad, okay, so there also you can find these LEDs. Nowadays you can find these LEDs on your laptop keyboard, where you can even use it in the dark. Fine. So these are some of the waveforms that you can observe and we will see that this is obtained for your mic. Whenever there is a transmitted audio signal, you can find a waveform getting generated. Then the speaker, whenever the speaker is activated, you have a received audio signal that can be actually measured, using an oscilloscope. Now with the hands-free section also, we can see this waveform getting generated. This is for your audio signal, which is getting transmitted on the upper side, and towards the bottom, you can find that this is your hands-free speaker for received audio signal. So it is possible for us to interface with any of these pins in the textbook. Okay, I will be showing you, and through those pins, you can actually get these waveforms and understand as to how these functionalities and how to analyze these signals.
This is the live demo for experiment 10, study and analysis of different user interface available with the Scientech Textbook 2132. As we seen in the theory session, it is a technical book or trainer kit which explain about the GSM working of dual SIM card mobile phones. Here you can see that this panel is a self-explanatory panel, and it gives the various stages of the mobile phone with the labeling structure, and here we have the pin numbers and their corresponding voltage measurements. Along with that, here we have our reference waveforms what we obtained from the particular trainer kit. To execute this experiment, we require a power supply which powers up the Scientech 2132 textbook. For measuring the DC voltages, we have a digital multimeter, and to check the operation, we have a SIM card, and this, as you all can see, this is the battery unit. And as we explained earlier, this kit can work in two modes. One is adapter mode and another one is battery mode. When I say adapter mode, it is directly connected to the power supply, and when I say battery mode, it is connected with the battery provided here. And you can see here we have a power unit which explain us whether the battery is in charging mode, charging voltage, or in supply voltage. And again, this 10th experiment is fully about this user interface session. As we all know, what is the meaning of user interface? How we communicate with mobile or how we get the output from the mobile comes under user interface. How we interface with the mobile phone is explained in this experiment. This experiment have 5 objectives. The first one is to study about the buzzer operation. That is your volume, how to check the volume of your mobile phone, and how you get the waveform regarding this buzzer. When your buzzer is activated, buzzer means your ringtone is activated, how you get the waveforms can be seen in this buzzer unit. And the second is vibrator mode. When you put your mobile phone in vibrator, the volume will be cut down. That is, you won't get any ringtone, but you will get some vibrator working inside that. That vibrator function unit will be explained with the help of this vibrator point. And then we study about the LED pads. What is called as LED pads? Whenever we have a keypad in the mobile phone, whenever we press it, we can see that there are 2 LEDs blinking. As if you have used a GSM phone, you can experience it. Whenever we press a keypad, we can get the light indication that the key is pressed. So that combination will be explained in keypad. And then we see about the mic and speaker configuration, which is considered as the important user interface, how we transmit our voice over mobile phone. Here you have 2 sets. One is speaker and mic for normal mode, and another one is hand-free mode. When I say normal mode, loudspeaker is in off condition. When I say hand-free mode, loudspeaker is on, so that you can turn on your loudspeaker and you can use your mobile phone without holding in hand. That is explained in this unit. So this user interface unit is going to be explained briefly in your experiment 10. To see the waveforms, we required a DSO. So altogether, we need a power supply, we need a trainer kit, we need a digital multimeter, we need SIM card, which is active with GSM operation, and then we need a DSO. Now getting into the experiment, first ensure that the power of the kit is turned on and make it sure that it is in adapter mode. And if you want to change the mode, you can change it like pressing this orange color button to the battery mode, and you can see here we get the indication that the battery is started to charging. So here you can see this toggle switch position, it is in charging on. So you can see that the charger is on. Now I want to do all my experiments in adaptive mode. So I am changing from battery to adapter mode, and now battery is inserted. So to make my mobile phone working, I am inserting my SIM card as per the slot explanation in SIM 1. This is a dual SIM phone. So this dual SIM card, dual SIM mobile have 2 SIM slots, and I am using SIM 1. To turn on this mobile phone, actually we use this button, long press to on or off the mobile phone. Now you can see here our mobile phone is turning on, and you can see that SIM 1 is available. So I get notification in SIM 1 only. I am not putting any SIM card in slot 2. So my slot 2 indications are turned off. And you can see the screen now. This is an LCD screen, and here it is a keypad. And this keypad has 2 connections, keypad 1, and this is called as keypad 2. Whenever I press a key, you can see that the LED is getting active. Fine. So now you can see that in my screen, I am getting my original screen back, and this is my keypad. And now we are going to check the various objective of your experiment 10. So to start with the experiment, the first objective is study and analyze the buzzer in dual SIM mobile phone textbook. So what is buzzer? So as I said earlier, here you have the user interface section in which you have the buzzer, and here I am having my mobile phone ready. SIM card is inserted, and let us check the availability of tower also. You can see here, I can see that the battery is there and call is received, so the tower is available. When call is coming, you can see this user interface unit. Since I have activated my vibrator, you can see that the vibrator LED indication is blinking. I can feel the vibration of this kit now, and you can see that here it is turned on, that it shows that my voice is also getting activated. That is, my buzzer unit is in active. To check whether my buzzer is working fine, I am taking DSO and connecting my ground with the general ground of the trainer kit, and with this positive probe, I am connecting it to the buzzer. I am just connecting this to the buzzer. Now, with this, now my setup is ready, and here you can put your auto mode so that I am getting my reference line properly. So once this setup is done, you can make a call here. So once this textbook receives a call, you can see that I am getting some disturbances. So to magnify and see what is available, I hope you can see it properly. So this is the waveform what we used to get when our buzzer is turned on. That is, when my volume is turned on, this is nothing but a pulse width modulated output. Depending upon the incoming call, the pulse width is modulated, and you can see the corresponding waveform here. Now, once the call is turned on, you can see that the signal turns back to its normal condition. So this is the first objective, and this is a very simple experiment to understand what is the buzzer operation. Now, I am going to explain you how to measure this vibrator mode. First of all, we have to turn on the vibrator mode. To turn on the vibrator mode, I am just getting into the menu option. You can see that I am in menu. I am going to menu, and using the jack keys, I am going to the setting, and you can see here I have a sound profile. In sound profile, you can see that my profile is activated in outdoor. So because I activated outdoor unit, since it has both the vibrating and other things. And you can come here down. You have different options. This is how you can get into this. If I put silent mode, your vibrator will not be on. That's it. Or if you put normal mode, you can see that the vibrator turns off. Now the mobile is in normal mode. The vibrator turns off and there is no indication. And even if you make call to this number now, to this trainer kit now, your vibrator will not be turned on. Your vibrator will not be turned on. I'm waiting for a call. So you can see here, now I'm not getting any indication in this vibrator. And to ensure that, I'm using my multimeter to check the voltage. Since my vibrator is not on, I'm not getting any voltage here. And see here, my indication is turned on. Now, as the second exercise, I'm rejecting the call and I'm going to the settings once again, sound profile. Now I am turning my outdoor unit. So now my phone is in vibrator mode. Now if you make a call or if you receive any call here, you can see here my vibrator is turned on. And if you now measure, you can see we will be getting a 3 volt, nearly 3 volt. Fine. So this is how our vibrator unit is verified using the textbook. Now we will get into the third objective, study and analysis of LED control of dual SIM phone. So this dual mobile phone have two keypads. One is vertical keypad and another one is, this is vertical keypad and this is horizontal keypad. So I have a keypad LED 1 and keypad LED 2. Now in this demo, I'm going to explain you how to measure this. So to measure this, you can make use of this individual test point also. You can see here, whenever I press, you can get a voltage up to 2.5. Fine, you can check any button here. But to consolidate, each and every button cannot be checked, right? To consolidate, we can use keypad. Whenever I press, I'll get a value here. And again keypad 2 can be separately measured and I'll get a value here. Here, this is individually measured and you can see that we are getting 2.2 volt as the consolidated value. Is it fine? So this is how we are going to check our keypad interface with the mobile phone. So far we have checked the buzzer with the help of DSO. The second thing, we checked the vibrator with the help of LED indication as well as the measuring voltage. And we have checked the keypad LEDs with the individual keypad pressing operation. And now we are going to check the mic and speaker session. So to check this mic and speaker session, there are two modes of operation. First one, what we are going to do is, I'm going to unlock my kit, unlock my mobile phone, I'm going to tell it what other things are there. Now, whenever I have a number here, you can see here, the speaker is turned on. If I turn on the speaker, you can listen some hissing sound here. So the call is going. So this call ringtone I can hear here. So this is hand-free mode. Okay. So if I turn off this, you will not hear anything here. Now, to check it, we need the DSO once again. So to check the hand-free speaker and mic, you can see here, automatically we get the disturbance of a pulse waveform corresponding to the microphone and speaker. Once it is done, so I will repeat once again. I am making a call here. So once call is connecting, if I turned on loudspeaker only, I will get this speaker. Now you can see that the kit is connected with hand-free mic. Now mic is activated. Some ringtone is set in that caller tune. So I am listening to this and my mic is activated. And the speaker is also working because it is making the sound amplified and making it audible. Now you can see the waveform. Once everything is done, it once again return back to the same mode. Similarly, the same operation can be checked with mic and speaker if the call is answered. So I should make a call, and once the call is turned on, wait a minute students, let me make a call from another phone. So I am waiting for the call. If once call come, yes, the call has now come, I will accept it, and whenever we speak, see here in this mode, the speaker of this mobile phone and this is not supporting us, but exactly what will happen is, now you can check this hand-free mode. Can you see this? This hand-free mode is not working now. So now if I make this call using loudspeaker, now the speaker is on. Whatever I speak is going to give a disturbance here, and I can hear my voice itself. So the speaker and mic both are being in act. So these are the 5 significant user interface unit what you have to check with the help of this textbook. Thank you.